It is Monday, February 7th of 2022, and this is a relatively normal Guy's Daily Drive. Bam. And welcome to Guy's Daily Drive. And as I said, I'm leaving a bit later than I normally like to leave. Well, I should be at work right now. I should already be at work. But just as I was getting ready to leave, my wife came up to me and she was having a weird issue with her phone. And the weird issue is partially my fault, and I'll tell you why. It's partially my fault because I bought her a new phone. Her old phone, other than the battery not really keeping the charge much anymore and just being super old, it was the original SE. It was working okay. It was working fine. It just wasn't a phone that you wanted to keep for much longer, especially with the battery that was starting to go. So I got her an SE2 because she wanted to keep the home button, which I don't know why Apple doesn't include that as an option or have a soft home button that you could bring up somehow on screen. That would be nice, but it's not what I'm here to talk about. So I'm looking at it. It was talking about update Apple ID settings. Now we just set this up for her Saturday. It came Friday night. We set it up Saturday and slurped up all of the apps and data from her old phone to the new phone. And at first everything seemed to be okay. Logged into her Apple ID. It's not happy with her because her iCloud storage is full, but she doesn't want to get more. And even though I've offered to, let her use my iCloud storage, because I've got plenty, offered it to the kids too, and sent out the invitations, and nobody responded. It's like, I don't know what else to do in that regard. But it was asking for some updates about her Apple ID. And this is just as I'm getting ready to leave. So we got through that bit, and it was like a lot of her apps were showing as, it still had the square, but it was black in the middle of it, like it wasn't actually downloaded. And it's like, wait, that's not right. So we go into the App Store. She's logged into the App Store, and I said, okay, well, here's all your apps, all your purchased apps are there. Just hit the download button. And she did, and it blinks for a second, and then it comes back with the download key. So I don't really know, and we tried a couple different things, but I'm distracted because I'm trying to get out of the house to go to work, and we couldn't get it to work. So she shut the phone off in retaliation for it not working properly. I don't know how that works. I don't know if that works, but sometimes just turning off a piece of electronics that is frustrating you or flustering you can be so satisfying. It's like, okay, you don't want to work the way I want you to? Off you go. And so you just turn it off, and it's like, push it off to the side, and it's like, fine, there. Now you can't bother me because you're off. You're not doing anything. You're not getting power. You're not doing nothing. But most of all, you're not pissing me off. And that's like 9/10 of it right there. It's like whatever the phone was doing, or whatever the electronic device was doing that was making you mad, you turn it off, it can't do that thing anymore. I've done that, oh God, computers, video games, phones, tablets, even my car radio sometimes. It's like, I don't like any of this, like back when you couldn't just choose what songs it was that you were going to listen to. You had to listen to whatever came on the radio. Well, I had like 4 or 5 stations that I listened to on a regular basis, and if none of them were playing the song that I particularly liked, you'd be like, okay, fine, and I would just turn it off the radio completely. It's like, I'll just not even listen to your crap, and I'll come back to it later, and then I would. But nowadays, since you have complete control, pretty much, over what music is going to play, on-demand video, not so much, while you're driving like me, but in general, most content these days is on demand. So if you have legal access to something and you want to hear and or listen to it, that's what you do. But that wasn't working with Tracy's phone. Nothing was working the way it was supposed to. So she turned it off. I'll look at it when I get home tonight. But that can be so frustrating. And the other funny bit was, it was fun. Like, okay, I got to go. I can't wait any longer. I'm already going to be late for work. So I get to the door and I'm putting my jacket on. And, she's shouting across the house, the App Store, Apple ID. It's like, what? So I stop what I'm doing, and I go back to the room after she's shouted it for the second time, and, I can't hear her. And it was just like, I can't, it's not doing this or that. It's like, damn it, all right. So that was when we just turned the phone off. But it's, you're married to someone for a while, and you're in a house and you're trying to tell the other person something, and instead of getting up and going to where that person is, or in my case, just walking back to the bedroom the first time, instead of saying, what? Having her repeat something that I didn't hear and couldn't hear the second time. And it's like, just go to where that person is and hear what it is they have to say. Don't keep shouting, what? Across the house, hoping that sooner or later walls will disappear and echoes will become non-existent. That's not going to change. Just go and listen to whatever it is that person is trying to say. Oh, that is going to do it today for Guy's Daily Drive. Thank you all so very, very much for joining me on a very weird journey today. If you would like to see all the odds and the vids, go on over to vertshark.com. You go over to the YouTubes, look up VertShark, and like, share, subscribe. I need more subscribers. I've only got as far as YouTube goes, I got almost no subscribers. I've got like 230, I think, subscribers on YouTube, and that's really not that much. So tell all your friends about the VertShark channel, and that there's some crazy guy who does a podcast while driving to work in the morning, at least twice a week, which is weird. In and of itself, that is weird. Don't do it. And talking to cars, hoping they don't do something stupid as I'm going down the road doing a podcast. Yeah, so there is also the mymac.com podcast, which you can find over at mymac.com. You can also find it in the podcatcher of your choice. Just look up MyMac podcast, and there's lots of other great podcasts in the MyMac podcasting network, so check those out too. What else? Twitter is MacParrot and VertShark. The email address is guy@mymac.com or podcast@vertshark.com. What else? Oh, if you want to help me pay for all this crazy crap, patreon.com/MacParrot, coffee, ko-fi.com/MacParrot, or PayPal at paypal.me/MacParrot. It's really, it's so very easy. Just do those things. if you want. You don't have to. I'll keep making this stuff. Lastly, we're coming up near the end, or getting close to our 600th podcast over at mymac.com. So send us an insulting bumper that's under 10 seconds, and you can either write it out and we'll read it, or record it yourself and send it to us. We just got a new one. We just got a new one this morning that I saw, and we'll be playing that. And it's not from Greg or Carl or Marcus. It's somebody completely different. That's exciting. 4 people insulting us. Yeah, that's great. We love that. Actually, we really do. All right, that is going to do it. Again, thank you all so very, very much, and we will see all of you next time right here on Guy's Daily Drive. Bye-bye.